Hi there, Trafford here. Welcome back to our channel. Today, I've got a list of 5 mistakes to avoid when moving to a new country. Trust me, I've made most of them, if not all of them myself, over the years. Moving somewhere new can be exciting but also really stressful if you're not careful. I'm here to help you become a global citizen and attain financial and travel independence. My team and I at Portico and Bridge specialize in working with high and ultra-high net worth individuals just like you. We are here to help you find your freedom and choose where you belong. As some of you may know, I've lived in a number of countries: China, Portugal, Singapore, Vietnam, amongst others. I've been all over the place. With all that moving around, I would say comes experience. And experience means mistakes. I would say plenty of them, in my case. In this video, I want to share with you 5 things I've learned the hard way to avoid when you take the plunge and relocate abroad. Whether you're moving for love, work, adventure, or seeking a better future for your family, these tips will really help you make the transition much smoother. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first on my list is insufficient knowledge about the country you are moving to. Yes, you heard right. Might sound unbelievable, but true. This is a common mistake made by those considering emigrating, and it can impact your quality of life. Living in a particular country requires you to gather comprehensive information about the lifestyle, environment, customs, I would say income levels, local opinions, and also gather experiences of other expats. As I've said many a time in other videos, my advice is always for you to research thoroughly, join expat groups, and ask questions and more questions. The next one is holding prejudice, a trap I would say we commonly fall into. Another common mistake is holding too many biases and negative judgments about the country before setting foot there. Relying on rumors, vague information, or even personal biases can create an inaccurate perception of where you intend to settle. This could lead you to miss out on truly wonderful opportunities or result in experiencing things that are different from what you anticipated. When deciding to relocate to a new country, it's essential to maintain an open mind and consider information from various sources. Engage in different fora, interact with locals, and connect with individuals who have lived there before to gain a comprehensive first-hand perspective. This approach helps you build a balanced and reliable viewpoint about the country you're about to move to, thereby creating favorable conditions for adapting and integrating into the new environment. The next one on the list, in my opinion, is a big one: refusing to learn the language. Some countries may not require proficiency in English or the native language as a legal prerequisite for immigration. Still, it's important to remember that while the law might not mandate language skills, practical life does. Believe me, it does. Language is the gateway for you to absorb the essence of a new culture and embrace its finest qualities. Failing to communicate effectively can lead to various issues like misunderstanding that lead to stress and mar your experience. Moreover, there's another aspect to consider: the local language. Despite the widespread use of English, being open to learning the native language can be incredibly rewarding. Locals tend to appreciate when foreigners make an effort to speak the language. Trust me, it can go a long way in building connections and fostering positive relationships. So be proactive in your language learning journey, whether it's English or the local tongue. Everybody loves a good conversation over a coffee or a beer, and being able to communicate in the language will not only enrich your experience but also earn you the respect and admiration of the locals. Remember, speaking the language is not just about words, it's about building bridges and creating meaningful connections. Over the years of my travels and living in different countries, I picked up basic Portuguese, Chinese, Vietnamese, apart from being fluent in my native tongue Maltese, English and Italian, and having a knowledge of French and Arabic. Now, this one is very important. Neglecting financial planning. Overlooking proper financial planning is the most common mistake when relocating to a new country. Failing to prioritize your financial foundation can lead to unexpected challenges amid the excitement of a fresh start. So be careful. Moving expenses, daily costs, varying tax regulations all demand careful budgeting. Without a solid financial plan, you might deplete your resources faster than anticipated. Additionally, different countries offer unique investment opportunities and tax benefits. You can take advantage of potential savings and growth with adequate financial preparation. Remember, long-term financial considerations are very important. Establish savings, retirement plans, and emergency funds to ensure stability in unexpected situations. As I always mention, you should have a reserve account to cover 6 to 12 months of living expenses if you want your move to succeed. Prioritize financial planning as part of your relocation strategy. If need be, consult a financial expert with international expertise to make informed decisions tailored to your needs. Remember, just like language and culture, financial planning is essential for a smooth transition and, I would say, a thriving life in your new country. The last one is what I call the reality transition. It's easy to fall into the trap of expecting instant adaptation when moving to a new country. We humans have instant gratification etched in our DNA. I would say the allure of a fresh start, new experiences, and exciting challenges can paint a picture of seamless integration. However, the reality is often more nuanced. Adjusting to a different culture, way of life, and social norms takes time. Rapid adaptation might sound appealing, but it can lead to frustration and disappointment if not managed correctly. Transitioning to a new country is a journey that requires, I would say, patience, understanding, and the willingness to learn. Remember that things are done differently in your new adopted country. You cannot expect your new country of residence to change or bend its way of doing things just because you decided to relocate. Let me give you a straightforward example. When I first moved to China, it was my very first day there, and I was, obviously being the first day, staying at a hotel in Shenzhen. Being an early riser, I usually wake up at 5 a.m. I called room service to order black tea. A waiter politely replied, "Sir, I'll bring up your red tea in a few minutes." Instantly, I interjected and told him, "I don't want red tea. I am ordering black tea." So this debate lasted a minute or two. When I finally said, "Okay, bring up what you wish." However, when the tea arrived, I looked at the transparent teapot, and the tea inside the teapot naturally was red in color. Whereas tea is black in its natural state, when diluted in water it turns red. Both myself and the waiter were both saying the same thing, but looking at it from different cultural perspectives. And this lesson stuck with me on all my future travels. I suggest allowing yourself the grace to learn and grow at your own pace instead of putting undue pressure on yourself to blend in perfectly from day one. Understand that misunderstandings and minor missteps are part of the process and don't define your overall experience. The goal isn't to erase your identity or background, but to embrace the new while retaining what makes you unique. Embracing gradual adaptation allows you to appreciate the beauty of discovering a new environment, interacting with diverse people, and broadening your world view. So take the time with the process. Give yourself permission to be a learner. Ask questions and experience the joys and challenges of getting accustomed to a different way of life. It's all part of the journey towards building a meaningful and fulfilling life in your new adoptive home. So that's it for today. I hope you found our conversation helpful. If you have experiences you'd like to share with our like-minded community, we'd love to hear from you. See you next time, and as always, make a great day.